Alright guys, what is going on? Back with another video, and today I just want to talk about something a little more straightforward, nothing necessarily in the news or whatever, kind of a little bit. Nevertheless, Ubisoft is now taking the entire game of The Crew away from people. And what does that mean? Well, you can't even try to access the game at this point. Not only that, the game is offline and the servers are not working and the game has been delisted. Even if you have the game, they're taking away they're taking away what you purchased completely. You can't even cut on the game to see if you can do whatever with it. Now, what does that mean? Does it mean anything? Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, whatever you purchased is now, gone. You purchased this game, it is yours. You should be able to keep it and do whatever you want with it, even if the servers are down. But now that game is gone, so I expect some type of legal action. It has to be done. I didn't buy the game. I don't know what's going to go on with that, but I think in the bigger picture, not necessarily what people are thinking. Go on to the Crew 2, play the next Crew or whatever the case may be, or go on to the next game. It sets a precedent about what you actually own being taken away from you, whether it be from some EULA agreement or whatever they call it, or anything of that nature. And it's pretty terrifying when you think about it. And a lot of companies want to do that into all of the games nowadays. And I think this is something that's been in the works for a long time. And they want you to buy something and they want to take it back because of communities like, let's say, Need for Speed World. If you know anything about that, they took the servers and basically the community made their own private servers, and you can still play Need for Speed World in the way that the player want to. I understand that may be in a free-to-play game, but nevertheless, if you purchase the game, you should be able to use that game as you see fit at that point, regardless of a license. And this is what I'm trying to get into for the bigger picture of this video. Unless, some big deal, some big things change when it comes to the actual purchasing of these digital games, I highly recommend to stay away from them at this point. I bought digital games up until maybe, I think Tekken 8 was the last digital game that I bought, which is recent, but even between then, it's been almost a year or so since I bought a digital game. And the only reason why I bought it because I could not get to a store. Everything else that I buy has pretty much been physical, where I know that the game that I have is going to be mine, and nothing can take it away unless like my console just stops working or whatever the case may be. And another thing, that people who feel like you have to buy games because they're new or something you want to play, or you just want to keep up, or you don't want to be a part of the FOMO of it all. I will say this, guys, girls, gamers, find games that you want to play and enjoy them. And find the games that in my opinion, that's going to be yours, and you cannot have that game stripped away from you, because it's nothing like a game that you like and a game that you love to play and all of a sudden it's not accessible anymore. Like for me, even the whole controversy with Tekken 8, I kind of just stayed away from it. And sometime down the road, I probably will end up buying a physical copy of that game and just have the game to myself. As far as PC games, I feel like the PC side of things, you're probably going to be okay when it comes to like digital games. I mean, there's so many workarounds to get pretty much any game you want to work at this point to stay yours, but there's still that whole thing like what Ubisoft just did with The Crew. So be really mindful of the games that you buy at this point. I mean, the games that you have now, I guess is cool. That's even debatable, but going forward, I'm just in the sense now that I'm just going to play all my older games and just have fun with those. I have enough games for the rest of my life. If I stop buying a game today, I will be good. And the thing about that is, like, I can get those games to run as long as my consoles are in good shape, as long as my PC is in good shape, and I can just play the games that I want to the way I want to. What you see behind me right here is Gran Turismo 4. I absolutely love this game. I've been, I talk about this almost every video, but I've been on my racing kick like crazy. And for the most part, I've just been having a blast playing them. And not only that, I play the games the way I want to play them. You see this old school big box, it's PC, this PC monitor. I found a way, and it's not hard to do, to have your games hooked up to something like this to get the maximum quality. I know some people like to still use, upscalers and all, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm using an upscaler to get a 480i game to this particular monitor because this monitor doesn't accept 480i. But I'm playing the games that I want to play them. I'm playing the games that I want the way I want to play them, basically. And with that being said, it's just with all this turmoil going on with these games, and don't get me wrong, there's not all of them, but there's too many games out here right now that has a real big problem. AAA quality are not is questionable now. Some games are so live as live service where you can have issues, playing those games, and the whole situation with Tekken 8 and Mortal Kombat 1, and then you see the new Star Wars games coming out. It's a lot of games that are like right under the radar that's actually doing good. Find your way to get to those games and actually have fun with them. There's a lot of games out here. I mean, hell, if you just want to go the route and play Nintendo games, I got my Nintendo Switch with the case on it and everything. This thing right here, I don't know what to say. I mean, I was so down on Nintendo with making a handheld, but come to find out, these guys were right. These guys were absolutely right when it comes to making video games, which they are just making basic video games, and they're not trying to throw all these agenda-based stuff and and they have to put their own spin on things. They're just like, look, we're going to challenge you, play this game, have fun, and go have a good time. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. This is why racing games, I love the way they are. They don't have like any agendas. They just want you to play and have fun with the mechanics of the game. So, like I said, you guys are smart. You guys are intelligent. I'm not sitting here to tell you guys that it's all doom and gloom. It's not. It's not. This is still a phenomenal hobby. It's a great hobby, but unfortunately, there's too many things out here that are in the way that are actually hindering what we love so much. And it's kind of crazy. But at the end of the day, you can find what works for you. Whether it be playing on something like this, whether it be playing on this huge CRT I have behind me, playing on this setup like I have here with the computer and everything. There's something for everybody when just trying to find a way to play these games. It is not difficult. It's just disheartening that so much is coming to the forefront that are making games, suspect. Every time you look around, you got to find, is this game jacked up? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? But at the end of the day, what really matters is what can you find that is actually working out for you? Because it is so fun to actually have games and play them and enjoy them. But every time you look around, some of these newer games, you got to look at it with side eye, So it's really, you just have to really be informed nowadays. You just can't be one of these people that just go and buy a game. You just can't. And it's really, it's kind of tough because beforehand, it was at one point we didn't have to do that. Like around the PS3, Xbox 360 games, days, you can really go and like say, all right, I think I'm gonna like this game. I'm going. Now it's like, all right, what they're hiding. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. Ubisoft taking games away, what you can do to actually, navigate around this, because it's crazy, But all right, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all take it easy. I'm out. Peace.